The practice of your future potential. Welcome, kindred spirit. Before we begin, let's bring an awareness to why you are drawn to this topic. How does your body feel when you reflect on your future potential? What emotions come to the surface? What beliefs do you have surrounding your future? What stories do you tell yourself and others about this? How will being mindful about your future potential help support your day-to-day life? With a deep exhale, bring a gentle awareness that others are feeling similar about this topic as you. Let's begin. In this practice, I'll show how mindfulness can help you become however you want to be, rather than simply reacting to the stresses of work, news, and responsibilities. By now, you're probably feeling a little more comfortable with a mindfulness practice, and you may also feel the potential of what mindfulness can do for you. For example, what would it be like if you weren't worried about work or your bills, or feeling overwhelmed all the time, or feeling tired from all of your tasks? What if instead of feeling overwhelmed, bored, and stressed, you were able to step back and say, "Oh, okay, that's overwhelm," or "Okay, that's worry," or "Okay, that's just stress. I got this." Rather than feeling as though you're in the middle of all of it, instead, just recognize that it's okay. And that's just a thought, or that's just a feeling. For some of you, that may sound weird, and you may think, well, yeah, but you don't know my crazy situation. And you're right, I don't. But remember, it's really important to see that this practice of mindfulness takes time for change to happen, but change does happen. And for people who are successful at what they do, it's a habit of a lifetime, or at least a habit of a good few years. We're not just talking about doing better or feeling less stressed. This is about living on your own terms. This is about choosing how awake and present you want to be for the life you're living right now. This is about enhancing your presence, your wisdom, your compassion, and your effect on the world inside of you and outside of you to the absolute best of your ability. Every time you realize you're distracted and you're taking the time to acknowledge it, something is changing. Not only in thoughts and consciousness, but also in the brain itself. If you experience stress, overwhelm, or anxiety a lot, then it will be really uncomfortable and you probably want to get as far away from it as possible. And I get that. It's understandable. But it's also really important to acknowledge that you can't stop all anxiety. Everyone has tried it and it doesn't work. What you can do is develop a different type of relationship to it, where you eventually feel at ease with it and potentially can even start to embrace it as a way of further understanding the mind. So as you go through your day to day, remember that idea of being aware, simply being aware, being present for the sensations in your body, and it being okay. Whenever you remember to do this, it's quite an amazing thing because all of a sudden you're actually present. Again, it's as though you can cut the negative feedback loop. You step out of the loop of thinking, which fuse the emotions of stress and overwhelm, and instead, you actually present with your body and what you're doing. Thank you for practicing your future potential.